Megatron from 2007 was nearly unstoppable. It is by far his strongest form. He tore Jazz in half, survived several missiles, and threw Optimus Prime around like a beanbag. Even Starscream, who hates Megatron, wanted to free him from cryostasis because he knew how powerful Megatron was. In fact, 2007 Megatron is the strongest character in all of the Bayverse. However, after 2007, Megatron got substantially weaker, and here is why. Let's start off with Transformers Revenge of the Fallen Megatron, then go on to some of the other movies. In this film, Megatron gets rebuilt from some Decepticon parts and then revived by a shard of the Allspark. Some say that this version of Megatron is stronger than his 2007 form, but that is not true at all. His new body in Revenge of the Fallen is severely unoptimal, mainly because of his big legs. During the forest battle, when he is moving around, you can see his momentum doesn't look natural. His body has a weight distribution problem. When he gets hit by Grinder's propeller, it brings him to his knees, and when Optimus tackles him, his body swings awkwardly. But in 2007, he was moving around effectively and easily. He did not have a weight distribution problem. Another key point here is Optimus using his Energon swords against Megatron in the forest battle. In 2007, Optimus did not use his Energon swords against Megatron at all. Some say the reason he didn't use his swords against Megatron in 2007 is because Optimus was holding back, which I do think is true because there were humans everywhere. However, I don't see why humans would affect him using his Energon swords. He did miss Megatron as a brother, but at the end of the day, Optimus knew he couldn't allow Megatron to raise a massive army. And he does say,
"It's you and me, Megatron. At the end of this day, one shall stand, one shall fall."
So Optimus was going all out, at least after that, and still, he didn't use his Energon swords. This is probably actually because he knew they would be ineffective against Megatron, because Megatron was so powerful. This is supported because in Revenge of the Fallen, Optimus didn't use his Energon swords during the forest battle until he realized Megatron got substantially weaker. One final thing about Revenge of the Fallen Megatron is that even Optimus knew he was weaker. In 2007, Optimus said,
"If I cannot defeat Megatron."
This indicates that Optimus had some doubts about facing Megatron in 2007. But in Revenge of the Fallen, Optimus says,
"Weak, puny, waste of metal, junkyard."
Which is quite a different tone from 2007. So Optimus even knew that Megatron was weaker in Revenge of the Fallen. Alright, now let's move on to some of the other versions. We are going to skip Dark of the Moon Megatron though, because it is just a weaker version of Revenge of the Fallen Megatron. So let's talk about Galvatron from Age of Extinction. Now this form is still not as strong as his 2007 one, and unlike common belief, this is not Megatron's perfect body. Here is why, because of one simple line that Joshua Joyce says,
"I modeled Galvatron after Optimus Prime."
This is important because if Galvatron was modeled after Optimus, then KSI only gave the design the amount of transformium that was needed to make an Optimus Prime. And since Optimus Prime is smaller than 2007 Megatron, Megatron had no choice but to make his Galvatron mode smaller. As a result, Galvatron is just a 2007 Megatron but weaker and smaller. Megatron just can't be as physically dominant in his Galvatron form compared to his 2007 form. Finally, let's talk about Night Mode Megatron from The Last Knight. This form is basically just Galvatron but better, but this form is still weaker than his 2007 one. During the final battle in The Last Knight, Megatron gets knocked back by some of Hound's bullets. But in Transformers 2007, it took at least a dozen missiles before he was fully down. Also, Megatron only threw Bumblebee a short distance in The Last Knight, whereas in 2007, Megatron yeeted an SUV like a baseball. So he is physically stronger and way more durable in 2007 compared to The Last Knight. He is arguably more skilled in The Last Knight since he pinned Optimus Prime with one arm, but he is just way more physically dominant in 2007. Think about it. Sentinel Prime is more skilled or at least around the same level as Night Mode Optimus Prime, but Sentinel could not beat Megatron during the war. So 2007 Megatron doesn't have to be incredibly skilled. He can just bully people because he is so strong and durable. So now you know why 2007 Megatron is by far his most powerful mode. If you want to see why 2007 Megatron is the strongest character in the Bayverse, then check out this short. Thank you for watching, catch you in the next one.